You see, this wasn't James Singleton's first grave. No, he had been missing for 5 years when he was found lodged inside a sealed-off working well, and the man responsible was his best friend, a man who now rests not too far from him. Now, you see, James Singleton and Ambrose Spencer Jack Niles, we'll just call him Jack for short, moved to Lincoln together the very year this town was founded, in 1859. Jack and James were well-liked all around western Placer County. Jack owned a farm along the Auburn Ravine, and James was a well-known farmhand for hire. But in 1876, James Singleton had vanished. Now, it wasn't entirely unusual for Singleton, as Singleton had left the area before, moved to San Francisco and the Napa Valley before returning back to the Auburn Ravine in the early parts of 1876. So when town folks asked Niles,
"Where's your good friend James Singleton at?"
Jack told them he'd moved to Marysville, said he wanted to escape the dusty, clay-riddled town, and took a train north. It sounded believable enough to keep people gossiping and rolling their eyes, but there was something else. Out of nowhere, Niles filled in a perfectly good working well on his property. Now, Lincoln didn't have an active police force back then. In fact, we wouldn't get one until about 1947 when Robert G. Menace became the town's first chief, so no one investigated. By 1881, after years of whispers and side-eyes, Niles sold his ranch to a man by the name of W.W. Crosby and left Lincoln, and that was all the excuse the town folks knew. They decided to find out why he'd filled in that well, so they crowdfunded an excavation, and with Crosby's permission, they started digging. A few hours later, a wagon escorted by the concerned citizens of Lincoln rolled down what was then G Street, today Lincoln Boulevard, carrying the corpse of James Singleton, found at the bottom of that old Niles well. The wind today is brutal. The coroner's report declared Singleton had died 5 years earlier, sometime around November 1876, from a single blow to the head. Niles was tracked down near Wheatland, California. When questioned, he explained that after a long night of drinking in a Sheridan saloon, he and Singleton started arguing about religion.
"It's his divine will, not some damn chance."
And of all things, on the wagon ride home. Niles said Singleton struck him, spooking the horses, sending the wagon into a stampede. Both men were thrown, and Singleton's head was crushed under a wheel. Niles claimed he panicked, and as a man of honor, he didn't want to cost the county any money investigating what he called an accident. So he buried his friend in the well. Prominent local journalist by the name of Winfield Davis,
"You are fake news,"
believed him and wrote passionately about Niles's innocence. But as Niles awaited trial in an Auburn jail, he borrowed a knife from another inmate in the cell next door to cut tobacco. A few hours later, he was found dead from a self-inflicted wound, with a letter to his wife professing his innocence. Now, they both rest here in Lincoln, just a few yards apart from each other. Two friends, two graves, and one story buried in Lincoln's clay. They are forever part of the lore of this town, the first true murder mystery of Lincoln, California. And if you want to hear more stories like this one, pick up your copy of Fortuitous Findings at the Lincoln Area Archives Museum. Every purchase helps support and preserve our 100% volunteer-run museum.